Now our next topic is variable valency. Now to understand this topic, let us have a look at the examples. Now here we have written two compounds of iron. First is FeCl2, second is FeCl3. Now in FeCl2, iron loses 2 electrons and therefore forms Fe positive 2 ion. So that means the valency of iron in FeCl2 is 2. In FeCl3, iron loses 3 electrons and form Fe positive 3 ion, and therefore the valency of iron in FeCl3 is 3. Now here we can see that iron is showing two different valencies in two different compounds. So this tendency of elements of showing more than one valency is known as variable valency. Okay, so valency is iron is showing two valencies, 2 and 3. Similarly, there are some other elements which also show variable valency. Let us have a look. Now first example is copper. Copper shows a valency of 1 and 2. Then tin, it shows a valency of 2 and 4. Then lead, it shows a valency of 2 and 4. These are examples of metals which show variable valency. Then coming to non-metals, now phosphorus shows a valency of 3 and 5, and sulfur shows a valency of 2, 4 and 6. Now certain elements are named differently according to their types of valency they show. Okay, and this naming applies only to the metallic ions. Okay, it does not apply to non-metals. So coming to the naming, now in the naming some suffix are added to the Latin names of elements. Now you must have studied about the Latin names while studying the symbols of elements and the names, that some of the elements are having two names. That is, first one is Latin name and the other is the English name. Okay, so this naming which we are going to discuss right now applies to the elements which have Latin names. Now in this case, now two different suffixes are added according to their valency. For example, if an element is having lower valency, then a suffix of OUS, us, is added to the Latin name. And if an element is showing a higher valency, a suffix IC, that is ic, is added to its Latin name. To understand this better, let us have a look at this example. The Latin name of iron is ferrum. Okay, so now what are the two valencies of iron? 2 and 3. Now among 2 and 3, what is the lower valency of iron? 2. That means when iron will show a valency of 2, we will add the suffix OUS. So ferrum becomes ferrous, okay, by adding OUS as a suffix. In case when it shows a valency of 2. Then when iron shows a valency of 3, that is the higher valency, then a suffix IC is added and ferrum becomes ferric. Okay. So now how can we name a compound by using these kind of suffixes? Now first example is FeCl2. I have already told you in FeCl2 iron shows a valency of 2 and that is the lower valency of iron. So the Fe will be named as ferrous because it is showing a lower valency, and so the compound will be named as ferrous chloride. Now in FeCl3 iron is showing a higher valency of 3, so we will name the compound as ferric chloride. I hope you are clear with the concept of OUS and IC. Again I am repeating, a suffix OUS is added to the Latin name when it shows a lower valency. Suffix IC, that is ic, is added to the Latin name when it shows higher valency. Here iron is showing a lower valency, so it becomes ferrous in FeCl2. Here iron is showing a higher valency, that is 3, so here it becomes ferric in FeCl3. Now there is another way of naming these compounds. These methods are used lately, and in these method we use the English names only. Okay, like for example, FeCl2 is named as iron 2 chloride. Now here what we do, in front of the English names we write down the valency shown by that particular element in bracket in Roman numbers. In FeCl2 iron is showing a valency of 2, so we will write iron in bracket 2 in Roman numbers and chloride. We are not adding any suffixes to the names. Similarly, in FeCl3 iron shows a valency of 3, so we will write it as iron 3 in Roman numbers, chloride.